Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the daily briefing. A lot of stuff to talk about as always. One thing I do want to mention is at man underscore integrated on Twitter. Man underscore integrated. His nickname is Huntsman. If you're really curious about understanding what's really going on with the China trade wars, with the the decoupling of China, etc. I mean, this is big stuff. This is stuff you should actually care about. I joke a lot about not watching sports, not watching Netflix, whatever, but great follow. Especially he's really good. He's really an expert on logistics and imports and exports. And the reason I bring it up today is he mentioned that in the past 30 days, China has executed its two largest purchase of corn from the U.S. ever. The combined amount was 3.69 million tons, or about 3% of China's 2019 production. Total grain imports year to date are up 20% versus 2019, and pork imports are at all-time high. If you're here a lot, I grew up on a farm. I'm very bullish, the American farmer. Again, I don't know if you're going to be trading corn or soybeans. I know most of you guys are penny stock kind of people. But we have seen agricultural names run in the past. We've had, RKDA comes to mind. YTEN comes to mind. Okay. Now, I'm not saying today. Okay. But we do have a lot of these penny stock agricultural plays that when you see this kind of news, they tend to move. So anyway, something to keep an eye on there. Other thing is this Huawei story. Again, I've been talking about Huawei, and I think that there's a lot of potential alternatives that are really going to benefit from this. I've talked about Nokia a lot in the past, and OK. I've talked about Eric. Eric was a beautiful earnings winner. Time flies. A month ago. Big gap up on earnings back on the 17th, and pulled back a little bit last week, but still holding above 1150 support. So there's a bunch of these. ATOM is another one. There's a lot of low-priced penny stock 5G plays that I think are really going to benefit from this, this continued squeeze, as they say, on Huawei. So if you're not familiar with Huawei, they were going to be probably the number one supplier of a lot of 5G gear. And the European Union put down a bunch of clamps on them, and then the U.S. has really been pressuring them as well. And then today we got some more information out of the Commerce Department on that. So another theme I want you to watch is home builders and construction. This interesting chart here. I'm reading from a Wall Street Journal article called "Home Depot Braced for COVID Pain and Then Americans Remodeled." Pretty wild, this chart. Like every state, like the Home Depot sales just like exploded at the stay-at-home order. And it just kind of, I think, it's one of those situations where if you can't, I think one of the biggest things that created this is if you can't travel, if you can't go anywhere for vacations or leisure, it simply makes sense that maybe you're gonna put a new deck on. There was a Wall Street Journal article about a month ago. Pools, don't try and get a pool installed right now. Everybody's backed way up. So maybe you add on to the house. Maybe you put in an outdoor kitchen. Maybe you buy a new grill. I don't know. So, but interesting to see how the stay-at-home order has just created so many opportunities in these quote-unquote logical plays. I mean, I hate to beat that swing trade theme to death because you guys are probably so tired of it, but food delivery, stay-at-home fitness, home remodeling, you know, telecommuting, remote education. There's been so many of these themes that just make sense. Tesla going nuts. Love it. So that was on my notes. That was one of the points I wanted to make. So remember, Tesla has the split coming up, and going wild today. I mean, listen, I know most of you are penny stockers, okay, but I mean, 8% move. It's just wild. Now, I know most of you can't trade a $1,700 stock. Now, the great thing is, in Stocks to Trade Pro, we work on these, we collaborate. Well, it's Steady Trade Team. Sorry, we renamed Stocks to Trade Pro to the Steady Trade Team. But anyway, in the Steady Trade Team webinars, we collaborate on a lot of these worksheets. And again, I've got 25 electric vehicle plays. A lot of our favorites are green, plug, solo, candy, F-Cell, FUV, I think was FUV is green. So a lot of these EV plays, these low-priced EV plays, tend to follow Tesla. So it's been nice to see that. So other things, this Barron's article, Robinhood turned millions of people stuck at home into investors. What's next? Just love this news. I mean, I just love the fact that, I know a lot of people like to bash Robinhood. And listen, I know Robinhood's selling your order flow. I get it. But it's just amazing that I love the fact that between the technology and then the commission free, I mean, it really is just the volatility and the volume. I'm jealous. That's kind of the biggest point. I started learning day trading in 2007 when I went officially kind of hardcore into learning this stuff. And man, the technology just wasn't there. I mean, you couldn't watch a live stream talking about the hot themes, whether it be electric vehicles, stay-at-home play, remodeling, any of these things. It just didn't exist. All you had was CNBC, which was crap. So anyway, I'm jealous of all of you getting started right now. Now, be diligent, have a plan, read, take your time, have realistic expectations, all these things I talk about, whether it be on the podcast or whether it be on the YouTube. Now, yeah, there's a lot of Robinhooders out there that are just playing guessing games, throwing things at the wall, hoping something sticks. That's not you guys, though, right? It's not you guys. You guys are willing to have realistic expectations, be disciplined, take your time, commit to trade plans, and then you guys are going to be the 10% that succeed, okay? Bitcoin. I mean, everything, it's like everything's moving right now. It's just, and I know I go on these golden age rants all the time, but I mean, the market's moving, Bitcoin's moving, gold's moving, electric vehicles are moving. It's just on down the line. And yeah, I'm excited to see Bitcoin finally break 12. This is a big area. I just brought up the Coinbase chart. I know there's better. Let me get the GDAX one. The GDAX one is way better because it's a candlestick chart. Come on, GDAX. Load. So, but then it's too short term. Anyway, 12,000 has been a big level forever. And it's nice to see that finally break. I mean, Bitcoin tried to break 12,000 I mean, for a year, bring up that 1 year chart. And it just could not break, and finally did, and broke it hard today. So we've got a lot of crypto plays as well. Let me got a crypto play as well. Why can't I find it? Anyway, I've got a crypto database in stock in the steady trade team as well. Mara and Riot are kind of the two main names that you want. Riot looks like it's breaking out nicely this afternoon. Man, Riot breaks over 450. Bitcoin stays strong and Riot breaks 450. I really like that. And then Mara's got to break 5. But I think these a good chance of these guys bounce because, again, there's so much pent-up demand with Bitcoin finally breaking out. I mean, we've been waiting for this move for 3 years, ever since 2017. So, all right, I think I covered most of my stuff. Let me grab a few questions. And I don't think they realize there's a question and answer button. Yeah. We won't go there. Thoughts on Tesla? I got a price target of 5,000 on Tesla. Split adjusted. I think Tesla does 5,000. Now, remember, split adjusted. They're doing that 4 or 5 for 1. So, WKHS, how's EV play? How's WKHS doing today? Nothing. Wait for a breakout on WKHS. Kind of doing nothing. Yeah, already talked about Mara. I do like that. Lode is setting up for the afternoon. Yeah. So you want a VWAP hold type setup? So we joked about Lode's office this morning. Okay, if you were here this morning, we had some fun with the Google Street View of Lode. But what do we got here? You ready? Let's do the recipe. Okay. Former runner. Has news. Earnings news. Kind of low float. Okay, kind of low float. 30 million float. I mean, I know our traditional level of low float is less than 10 million, but 30 million in the grand scheme of things, that's a relatively low float. And it's traded 120 million shares. So it's rotated the float twice, okay? It's a big gainer that's consolidated around VWAP. This is everything we look for. So it's early. It's 12:13 p.m. We've got, 3 hours and 45 minutes left in the day. If Lode can break 2, you got a solid risk to reward entry with a risk down on VWAP. So basically, you're looking for that high day move, that VWAP hold high day I talk about all the time, and then you're going to risk VWAP. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed. You got to have a stop. You got to have a stick to your plan, but it has the setup. Again, former runner, earnings winner, good volume, kind of low float, and the price action's there. It's the big gainer that's consolidating around VWAP. Would you swing trade Lode? Go to the Google Street View, and I don't know if it's accurate, but go to the Google Street View on Lode and then decide if you would swing trade it. My opinion is LODE is only a day trade, okay? Listen, the volume's there, the news is there, etc. This is not the kind of stock you want to hold overnight, okay? It's just not. I mean, this is a day trading vehicle, okay? This is not a swing trade. This is not an investment, okay? Odds are 2 weeks from now, Lode is 80 cents again, okay? Put it in your calendar. I always like to do this example. Put in your calendar for September 1st. Check on the price of, do this. September 1st in your calendar. Tim said, check on the price at Lode. It's probably back at 80 cents. Put that in your calendar, and I'll see you on September 1st. So, all right, everyone, good stuff. Gold, EVs, stay at home plays. Focus on your favorite sector. Be, the Robinhooders. I wanted to talk about that. Separate yourself. Okay. I went on that rant about being the shark. Okay. Study, read, review your data, track your data, show up here. There's a million different books that I recommend. Separate yourself from the lazy people that just want to make bank, bro. Okay? There's my favorite person on Twitter is the making bank bros. Okay? Separate yourself from them. Okay? Have a great day, and we'll see y'all next time.